What is going on, fish? Welcome back to your favorite pond. As you might have noticed, things look different this week. That would be because, tragically, we were without half of the koi fish, or the koi pond. And on top of that, I didn't want to talk by myself in that room. I felt like that might be boring for you guys. So we're doing a mock draft this week, as you can probably tell. And the setup's a little different. We're just trying it out for a week. If it doesn't stick, it doesn't stick, and that's alright. But I'm going to be joined by a couple of my buddies. We're going to do a mock draft, give our opinions. If you're interested in NFL fantasy football, you might like this. If not, video might not be for you. It's not how we usually do it, but, thought we tried something new. Why not? How bad can it be? Alright, you guys good if I go ahead and start this?
Yes, sir.
Alright. So, YouTube, I already did the fucking intro. We're just going to start this. Yeah, start. Alright. Out of the gate, of course, it's McCaffrey. This is PPR technically, but it's a mock draft, so take that with a grain of salt. It did keep the timer though, which is stupid. Whatever.
That's how you draft.
CeeDee Lamb, interesting.
Of course. Dang it, dude. I wanted Jamar Chase, but hey, I'll free up for the money bag yo right now. Justin Jefferson.
Money bag, yo. Oh, I'm not gonna have shit at 9. Oh wait, what? Yeah, definitely.
Oh, if Brees would have fallen to you, that would have been a great pick. I really like Brees Hall this year.
I can't get two Eagles, so Saquon's off.
I'm a Jets hater, man.
Jonathan Taylor's going to end up getting hurt. I don't think Kyron's a 12th pick?
Hey, there's always a tactic that you go 2 wide receivers or running back. It's a 10-man league,
Yeah.
so you can build your roster pretty much however you want.
For sure. I want to say Garrett Wilson's that's a high draft spot for him right now. And I hate all of the stuff. You know what? I'm take a chance.
I like that pick.
It's only a mock draft, but I just want to see how this ends up for me.
I'm taking Jonathan Taylor, of course. I don't think he'll get injured this year. I think this will be his year. With Anthony Richardson, he's going to be healthy.
Yeah. There's moments with people like Jonathan Taylor and Saquon Barkley where I just remember, given the situations were shitty and that's mainly why they were out, but it irks me.
I don't know. I think Stephon Diggs, that's why I picked him, with CJ Stroud's going to go crazy. And then I feel like if you put a run-heavy offense with the Ravens O-line, I don't see how he doesn't have a good year.
I agree. I just hate that CJ Stroud's been running his mouth and he's only played 1 year in the NFL.
He's done more than most.
I know, but it's like the narrative now is so much more like expected they make at least the playoffs. Whereas last year, it was going to be amazing if they got to 6 wins. If he backs it up, it's no big deal, but he's been talking a lot of shit.
Yeah, I just think that wide receiver room is just so crowded. Is he going to go to Nico Collins as his number 1, or is he going to switch to Diggs? I mean, Tank Dell had a great season
7
as well.
seconds for you, Jay.
I know.
There you go.
I don't know if it necessarily is going to matter either. It's kind of where I've been with it too. Can't go. I don't like Tua, but we're gonna do it.
Wow, Josh Allen going in the 4th is kind of crazy.
Yeah, that bot. I don't know about that bot.
No, I feel in a lot of stuff. I feel like he's been going in the 3rd, but it's kind of hard to tell. Quarterbacks, I feel, should go later, but last season they went so high. Wow. Like, I really want to get my man Lamar or Hurts here, but with Mike Evans falling this low, I feel like I got to go for him.
The value pick at that point.
Yeah. And just looking at who's available, it's all wide receiver 2s. He's the only wide receiver 1 still up there.
Yeah.
I'll go for
it. Good pick.
I'm just worried about Mark Andrews getting hurt again, and I already have a player on Baltimore.
Yeah, Derrick Henry. I keep forgetting that.
Yeah.
It's going to be weird seeing him in the AFC North.
I can't believe Brock Bowers rejected higher than Njoku.
I don't think they have a good feeling about Njoku's quarterback.
That's a good point.
I would say that's probably the main reason.
Probably go Kittle then.
It's crazy seeing how well Kittle did last season, and he's, I guess he's top 4, but even with Andrew still on the board, like he's pretty low, I think, in tight end room.
Yeah.
Wow, I told you I wanted to go Hurts or Lamar, and here he comes. Lamar Jackson fell all the way to
Oh
me.
my god.
I was going to take
Well,
Lamar if I already didn't have Henry.
like that.
Hoo-hoo, Joe Mixon. He'll do well.
Give me the mix. Oh, jeez. Oh. These are the quarterbacks I'm having to work with now.
Yeah, I mean, Anthony Richardson and Burrow both coming off injuries.
Yeah, and then it's
But,
Kyler Murray. I don't have a lot of faith in. I don't know if that's just with how he's been the last few years or what.
You could pair him with Marvin Harrison, though.
Oh, that's suicide. Dak.
Wow, I still
he'll
think
have
Anthony
one
Honest-
really, really bad game for you, and the rest should be pretty decent.
Honestly, it's like here's the thing: is Anthony Richardson. If people are acting like he played in 8 games last year. He played in what 2.5, 3 games. Like he did not have. There wasn't much there to go off of. So everyone assuming that just because he put on 20 pounds or whatever, he's gonna be god tier is
He
kind of
balled
crazy
out when
to
he
me.
was there, though.
It was 3 games.
Yeah, but he balled
Right?
out them 3 games.
Yeah,
It's not enough.
I mean, doing
Not wrong.
doing that well as a rookie for 3 games is kind of, it kind of
He-
shows. But
He had like a
had
Josh Allen-esque.
yeah.
I don't know.
But the thing is too is that he had a major injury to his throwing arm. If it was a leg injury
True.
or something, yeah, maybe.
If it was Joe Burrow, we let it slide.
but
But beer all week. Beer all
Team
week.
4
Yeah.
took Amari Cooper? Damn. That was my next in line.
Your goat.
I love Amari Cooper, man.
The goat. No.
How do you guys feel about Pitts this year? I don't know how I feel about him, but I think
Now that,
he's
now
gonna
that
do
what's his
good.
name's gone, he actually might get the ball.
Well, they still have Drake London.
Mm-hmm.
That's Falcons, right? I'm not crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, with Kirk Cousins, regular season he should be good.
Yeah.
But
I think Rashid Rice
who knows?
actually plays.
Because
No.
dude, he's gonna be what's that suspension? Like 5 games?
Yeah, he's gonna have what Alvin Kamara had and has.
Who are, did the Titans get a new wide receiver?
Ridley.
Yep.
Okay, I'm still going D-Hop. I don't like Ridley.
Fair.
Wow, dude, Anthony
That's
Richardson's
biased.
still being down there is kind of crazy.
At least you acknowledge it.
I had Kirk and Ridley last year, and both of them were bums all year.
Oh,
So,
that's tough.
I don't have faith in
That's tough.
either of them.
They're dead.
D-Hop still, I feel like, should be option 1, but I know he's probably not.
He just feels like he's getting old too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's still good though.
Yeah, he still puts up numbers.
Yeah. I wonder if Burks will have more of a role this year in that team, though.
Yeah.
Well, no, Ridley probably took that.
I'd say Hopkins number 2, Ridley number 1, or they kind of split
Team
1-1.
6. Team 6 only has wide receivers.
Ross Samuel.
Dude, I think I'm gonna take my last running back here, and I think Ramondre Stevenson. He's getting a little bit older too, but
Evan Engram, of course.
You want Stevenson's over Zeke?
Zeke's in
man.
Dallas now.
I know. Running back 1, unfortunately.
Yeah, Zeke is very low on the APD.
I know, I can't find.
He's all the way down there. You can get him very late now, but it is early draft, so all the ADP will change once it gets closer to draft day.
There's a lot of good running backs left that I feel like should have already gone.
I just don't have faith in a Dunze, Rice, Christian Kerr.
But
Don't hate.
Dunze is an interesting one. Like he could have a breakout, but like I said, that wide receiver room is just has so much talent.
And I don't have faith in Caleb Williams right now either.
Christian Kirk
Well,
will do
okay,
well. I don't even know who their wide receiver 2 is this year.
Yeah, exactly. That room got so small.
Oh, it's Brian
Oh.
Thomas, Gabe Davis. He's their wide receiver 3, technically. I forgot they drafted him or traded him.
This is gonna be. Let's do that. It's like
You gotta draft the GOAT, Jason, or else I'm snagging him.
Who's your god?
Terry?
No, the GOAT. Oh, never mind. You don't
Throat
need the
goat.
running back anymore.
Tony Pollard, dude, he did mid for me last season. I had him first pick.
I'll tell you who I'm talking about when you see me draft him.
Dude, I would take Mozart over Pollard this year, honestly. Mozart
Yeah, he's a
coming in
dog.
at the 8th or 9th round when A-Chain could get injured again. I mean, he was a rookie. He did do really well, but Mozart's still split. It's not like A-Chain had complete control. But I think I'm going to trust, who's it, Jaden Daniels? Is that their quarterback now for
Yeah.
Washington? That'll be interesting to see.
The
I don't
GOAT,
hate him,
Nicholas
but-
Chubb.
There hasn't been much talked about with him, so I'm curious.
Nick Chubb should be healthy this year, right?
Yeah. I think he's just low on a bunch of boards because of that crazy injury.
Yeah, I mean, he basically broke everything in both of his legs, once in college and the second one here, or last season.
I still think he's the only one, if he was fully healthy, that could rival Christian McCaffrey as best running back in the league.
It's a hot take. I really think Breece Hall is gonna have another great year.
I'm a hater.
I saw that Raheem Morris, Atlanta's head coach, said that he wanted to implement Bijan as more of a Christian McCaffrey role this season because he felt that he wasn't used well last season.
He wasn't.
I would say that.
Same with Pitts.
Yeah.
Yeah. Gosh.
That team was a problem with that Arthur Smith
That's who it was. I couldn't think of his name, man.
with that mustache.
Mm-hmm.
That sweet succulent thing.
It's the only good thing about him.
I've got so far.
I'm having a different tactic this year of going. I feel like running backs get injured so much, so I'm trying to build a nice little reserve. You know, it's good trade value. It's good to switch in and out of a team. I feel like you can get some decent wide receivers late.
Yeah, my goal is just to get 3 of each, and then kind of build the rest from there. I just know
I like that.
Mr. C. Oh, I thought you were gonna get what's his name, Russell Wilson.
Oh,
Big
God, man, you mean? Watch out, boys. We're in danger. Had to get the laugh.
Ugly.
That's the next Keenan Allen jersey.
Hopefully he's not the next Josh Palmer.
No,
Quentin
I'd take
Johnson.
that as long as he's not the next Quentin Johnson.
Yeah, that poor. I don't even think Quentin Johnson's getting drafted in some leagues this year.
Probably not. I would say DJ Shark should be getting drafted above him.
I'd agree, honestly.
It's crazy. Eckler with pick 10-8.
You know, that is insane. I know he got traded to a new team, but him being like running back 2, 3, even 1 these past 2 seasons, and now he's in the 10th round.
Yes, where he belongs.
Yeah, I mean, he did have a unfortunate season last year, but
People called me a madman.
Matt's learning from me. Jared Goff is the best backup quarterback
Jared
out there.
Goff, the GOAT.
I draft him as my backup in every league.
See, this is where I never know when is it. Like, there's only 4 spots left. I'm trying to think. No one's got defense yet, so it makes me feel like I shouldn't get it yet.
I would say do whatever strategy you want.
Yeah, it's up to you. Ooh, dang it! I wanted Sutton. He's a good wide receiver 1. I'll go Curtis Samuel instead.
Quentin
Zach
Johnson's
Moss
still on the
being
board.
this low.
Oh, Quentin Johnson.
He's a starting running
Ooh.
back. I
He's still
think
on
he's
the
the
board.
last starter out there for running backs.
Luke McCaffrey. Is that? No. Is he a rookie?
Who?
Luke McCaffrey.
Yeah.
Is that
think so.
Is that McCaffrey's brother? I know his brother plays football and he is a wide receiver. I just don't know if he was in the draft.
Was it his cousin?
I don't know.
I'm not sure. I think Kevin talked about it on this podcast. I can't remember those.
I know he has a brother that plays wide receiver. I just don't know what year he was.
Oh, that's definitely him then.
He could have been a high schooler. I honestly don't know.
Wow, Zach Moss going that low.
Yeah, I know.
He was so good on the Colts. I think he's really gonna have a good year with the Bengals.
Yeah, I see a lot of people have been hating recently on them and on him.
Mike Williams was on the Jets.
But I think he'll have a great season.
Yeah, I think the Bengals will be fine. The problem with that is it's just like their whole season relies on their starting quarterback staying healthy, and because it's happened twice now, people are however many times it's happened now, people just freak out.
Yeah, I mean, not gonna lie, we're a quarterback and wide receiver team, so we upgraded our tight end maybe. But other than that, I like Moss, but I really like to mix in.
Yes, I get that.
But tight end from, I think he came from either New England or Miami. Was it Galinsky?
Oh yeah, Jasinki? Jasinki?
Yeah.
I know who you're talking about. He'll be good.
Yeah.
My God, Team 6 went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 wide receivers, 4 running backs, and then a tight end and a QB in between. God bless. Whoever Team 6 is needs to be put down. Dog.
Yeah, he got Joe Burrow. He's good.
Yeah, I mean his running backs are not going to be very good just because he got Najee and Jalen Warren. So
I feel like I know who CeCe's getting. Oh, I was wrong.
Gotcha. I got 3 wide receivers that don't have profile pictures. I think I fucked it up bad.
I'm picking the old man.
They're all rookies, aren't they?
Yeah, have a Super Bowl run this season.
I'm not happy with my draft.
Yeah, I know you're gonna be even more pissed when I pick up this guy.
Yeah, now that I
Quentin
see
Johnson. You son of a no. Is that Dicker?
That's Dicker the kicker, baby.
My God. Oh man, that's funny as hell. Okay, not convert to league. So I guess we just chat.
Seeing going full screen, this is an interesting draft board.
It feels fucked up, but it doesn't help that 7 of these are bots that just went with, I would assume, whoever was 1 overall at the time.
Yeah.
But okay, I'm gonna dissect Matt's team first, and then we'll go Jason to mine, and then we might just point out things that happened just by chance with like some of these random teams.
Sure.
But all right, Matt. So we got Lamb, Diggs, 2 wide receivers out of the gate. That is a fucking good start, honestly. Then Henry and Kittle.
That breakout year.
Actually kind of crazy that worked out for you. I think Henry does well. That team has always been built to run, so I don't see how he could even, not do half as well as he has the last 5 years. Kittle
or Henry could run. So
the only problem with Derrick Henry that I'm worried about is that Keaton Mitchell, from last season, that was pretty fast, and I feel like in fantasy terms, Lamar does rush for a decent amount of touchdowns. So
that's what I'm saying. There's such a big threat, and as you said, that Mitchell, it's just gonna be fresh legs all the time.
Yeah.
I also feel like between Henry and Keaton Mitchell, it's like how the Pollard and Zeke duo was, where one's kind of just this absolute tank, while the other one's like a speed demon that can sit out on like the whatever downs. Then, you get Mahomes, can't go wrong there. David Montgomery, dog. D-Hop, I'm very curious to see how that goes this year with their new head coach, picking up Ridley,
and
Burke still being
Levis there. Is their starter
Will
now.
Levis being a quarterback. I don't hate that at 7-2. Chubb again, interesting. Yeah.
We'll see.
Your GOAT, and then follow that up with an Njoku who, I don't think Deshaun Watson's worth 5 lollipops at this point, let alone the money he was guaranteed.
Cooper and Njoku made some moves.
Yeah, I didn't know that. You were a Browns fan. You wanted Cooper, you got Chubb and Njoku. Gosh, you picked their defense too.
I like it. Goff, solid pick for backup. You can't go wrong. Ravens defense still going to be good even without Patrick Queen. Lockett and Myers, great backup wide receivers. Then you stole Senior Dicker.
You didn't steal him. You left him, buddy.
I know. I got Butker. I may be a Chargers fan, but I know who the best in the no. I'm just kidding. All right. Out of 10, honestly, Matt.
I'd give it like an 8.
I'd give it 8.5.
7-2.
All right, fair
Asshole.
enough. Jason, you got Jefferson out of the gate. Stud quarterback.
Once people get paid, bro, they fall off. Just saying.
I'd be more worried about JJ McCarthy, but
yeah,
it's still Justin Jefferson.
$110 million guaranteed. Don't need to work anymore.
He has that feeling that you get every Friday on payday. He is loving it. He's ready to play.
I respect it. Right into the Taylor and ETN. Pretty good. I mean, Jacksonville's going to have to run it, especially if Trevor Lawrence is partially hurt this year. But they do have Mac Jones now instead. Like both those picks, Mike Evans still a dog.
He'll get you exactly 1,000 yards, nothing more, nothing less.
Yeah, he wants his bonus.
On the dot. Lamar Jackson's a weapon just for the yards. Kyle Pitts will have a breakout year. Ramondre Stevenson, dog.
A fan
Scary Terry.
Of any Patriots.
I don't mind the running back because it never.
Game.
Yeah.
Anything.
Scary Terry. Oh yeah, Raheem Mostert, he'll be great. Assuming Achane or however the fuck you say his name gets even partially banged up. Christian Watson, I feel like the Packers are only going to get better as they create more chemistry.
Yeah, dude, they were a young team and they've been doing well. So, like you said, I think Jordan Love is getting more and more comfortable, and they really haven't changed around too many of their starters. I know they have Josh Jacobs this year at running back, so that's even more of a thing to get Watson and Dobbs back into the mix. But wasn't Christian Watson injured some of last season as well?
He might have been. I'm having a hard time remembering.
Yeah, it looks like he missed week
was
14 to 18. So I know he was a wide receiver one at the beginning of last season, but it looks like Jaden Reed took that over. So I'm interested to see how Watson fits back in after the injury.
I bet he does well. I think that those wide receivers and Jordan Love will be really well.
Yeah,
really good. Samuel on Buffalo. I'm very curious to see how that goes. Josh Allen has to throw the ball to someone.
Yeah, I was very interested if I should go Shakir or Keenan Coleman or Curtis Samuel, but I just think Curtis Samuel has the most experience to go right out the gate with Josh Allen. But that's anybody's role to pick up since they lost Diggs and Davis. Yeah.
Yeah, I completely agree. And then Jets defense, Tyler Bass, and then Raj. Love it.
6.
I would give that.
Yeah, like a 7-6. I could have done better.
I'd give it an 8.
Oh, I'm not. I'm that bad. I'm not a fan of the Stevenson. McLaurin's 50-50. Just depends on how good Washington is.
Jaden Daniels too.
Yeah, my plan for later in the draft was to take risks because I feel like in fantasy, waiver wires are such a thing to pull up my flex and everything. I just wanted my 2 wide receivers and my 2 running backs to be solid, and then the flex you can interchange pretty much every week if you need to.
I feel like your team just gets like no one will go crazy, but no one will really flop either. Like it's just safe. That's how I see it.
I don't hate it though. All right, I'm gonna move on to mine now.
2. No.
And that's all she wrote, boys. I'll see you next week with the next video.
You just got a lot of rookies.
Yeah, I know. I was my definitely my fuck up because I have Brown and Harrison, which I don't hate Harrison, but 2 might be a little high. I could have probably picked someone else wide receiver, but
he could have a standout year. People have rookie of the year talks already.
I know, and I hate that shit. I broke my own rules. And then got Achan and Kincaid. I love Kincaid at that spot at
Kincaid
least.
will probably be Buffalo's wide receiver 1.
Yeah, exactly.
He'll be getting the Kelsey treatment for sure. I mean, he got a lot last season in general, but now that, Diggs and Davis, like I said, are both gone, Josh Allen only knows Kincaid's hands.
Yeah, and he's a safe bet with Josh Allen.
Buffalo to the Chiefs had the quarterback tight end duo, so he's just trying to make it their own.
Exactly. And Achan and Mixon around him just to fill that running back role. Then got Dak Prescott, which I don't know if I love it.
He'll do good most frankly, so then he'll throw 6 receptions in 1.
His home game should be amazing. He'll have a couple away games that lose me, fantasy games. I don't hate it, but for fantasy quarterbacks, it's not bad.
Divisional games put him in.
Yeah. Then Christian Kirk and Swift. I don't know. It was just who was available. I wasn't going to take Rashid Rice
I like
Christian
Kirk. He's the veteran wide receiver for Trevor Lawrence, and if Trevor Lawrence is healthy, then
yeah, that's why I feel like this year with Kirk might be a lot better than last year because they don't have Chark anymore and they don't have Ridley. They only have him.
Yeah, he doesn't have to share the ball.
No, and then finding Jake Ferguson at 9.9 felt like a steal.
That's nice,
honestly.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Because I think between Ferguson and Kincaid, the young guys that are going to get a lot of reps as tight ends. And then after Ferguson, it kind of goes to shit.
No, I mean, you had to do Ladd.
I know. I had to do Ladd McConkey because I had Quentin Johnson last year and we saw that. Well, actually, I probably shouldn't if I had Quentin Johnson last year and we saw how that went.
I like McConkey.
Yeah, I like him too.
He'll be a great fantasy player to be able to plug in some weeks. He's not going to be a starter week 1 that you want to put on your rosters, but I feel like once he gets a little bit used to the NFL and Herbert gets used to him, that he'll be a good player to plug in down the line.
I completely agree. He's filling in Keenan Allen's shoes, so I like the pick later in the draft, fantasy draft. And then between Butker and 49ers just fill in the position. And then Jaden Daniels and Adonai Mitchell. Kind of wishing on a dream here that one of these rookies just stands out, and if I don't need them on my team, I could trade them for value. Was kind of my thought process, but the odds of that happening are slim to none.
Yeah, Mitchell's another interesting one. They'll have Downs and Pittman. So it just really depends on how well Richardson does, and if Richardson gets hurt, they got good old Joe Flacco. He might like Mitchell more, so we'll see.
Joe Flacco.
I can't believe after just 1 year, 5-4, and Puka Nacua went 8th overall.
Yeah,
just
isn't that crazy?
The rookie took over.
Yeah,
Cooper Kupp's gonna be fully healthy this year. Like, it wouldn't shock me if they put him back at wide receiver 1.
Maybe. I mean, who knows? I don't know how much Sleeper knows, and I don't know shit about it. But it seems like they're gonna get split receptions. Honestly, because why wouldn't you? Because they can only really double team one of the two of you, and if they double team both, then there's a wide receiver 3 that's gonna be wide open.
Yeah. Who is or what? Is it 2 out?
Yep, it's Tutu Atwell.
Yes, sir.
He even get drafted.
It still depends on Matthew Stafford. I mean, I feel like Cooper Kupp, he was kind of injured last season, but he just loved finding Puka downfield. So he was a great fantasy player. He may have not been the team's wide receiver 1, but for fantasy wise, he definitely stepped it up versus Cooper Kupp.
Oh yeah, he broke the receiving record for rookies.
Mm-hmm.
And the yards for rookies.
Something like that. There was something else with it.
I can't remember.
Yeah, you're right. But I think I'm just gonna call it there. And
would you rate your team?
All this up. Oh, me, I might give myself a 7.
I'd give it a 7 with a question mark on the rookies. This could be the best team in the league if they do well.
I know it's really a must. How do I say it? It's a very big gamble team.
You find that CJ Stroud, Puka Nacua, Devon Achane, all right there. Well, 3 good rookies.
It's like if I have Marvin Harrison bust and Ladd McConkey bust. Then my top 2 wide receivers are now Christian Kirk and AJ Brown.
Yeah, which AJ Brown's solid though.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's a safe one you can't pass up on. But it's like all of a sudden my number 2 wide receiver I got in the 7th round.
Well,
almost the 8th.
Marvin Harrison isn't gonna bust. He's taken over the role of Hollywood Brown. Kyler Murray is finally fully healthy. Hopefully, he stays that way. The only
Hollywood
thing
Brown's on the Chiefs now.
The only reason I could see Marvin not doing well is if McBride plays a bigger role than most people think, but he's been going pretty high, just as high as Laporta on a bunch of drafts as well. So, but I think Marvin Harrison he'll do really well.
Yeah, I feel like I do too. I'm just thinking out loud of like devil's advocate.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, I'd probably give it a 7. And then, the rest of the bots did what bots do. A whole lot of crazy teams in here. A whole bunch of 5 wide receivers, 6 wide receivers.
Yeah, honestly, I don't mind Team 10's team. They got Gibbs and Hall, and then, Neighbors, I'm not too sure how he'll do. Tank Dell, same thing. He could be a wide receiver 2 or 3. T, if he gets paid, or he could get traded. That's the big question mark for T. But same with Rashid Weiss if he's gonna play. But I like Godwin and DeAndre Johnson on Carolina since he'll probably take over Thielen's role.
That's not the worst team. You're right, because the backup running backs are backups anyway.
Yeah,
and then just a string of wide receivers, and getting Hawkinson's still a really good tight end pick.
Yeah, I really like Team
10. It feels like you could really get a good tight end anywhere in this draft if you look at it.
Very spread out this season.
Like, Dalton Schultz going 12 is crazy because I'd still be happy with him in the 4th.
I agree.
That's good to know that you can kind of lay off on a tight end and probably still be fine.
Yeah, I feel like
tight end's usually very contested, but now I feel like there's so many good
Kelsey
ones.
Like first round. I'm glad Kelsey and Mahomes aren't going in 1st and 2nd anymore. I hope that stays that way later.
Mahomes really didn't have that good of a year because he didn't really play that well in the regular season.
No,
I think I will stay by it. That he's entering this era of realizing like it doesn't matter till it's playoff times, and they know they can win games they need to win and just get to the postseason, then turn on the Jets.
Which is scary.
At least, which is horrifying, but also like it makes sense that they've kind of crossed that threshold.
And they almost guarantee at least 5 wins in their division.
Yeah,
because that division's not very good. No offense to you, buddy.
Well, the Broncos are 2 easy wins for them. The Chargers, as of right now, are 2 easy wins.
Raiders split.
And the Raiders, depending on it's a split. But now the Raiders don't even have much of an offense, regardless. They got a good defense, but if you can't put up points, you can't put up points.
Yeah.
Horrifying, but it is what it is. I appreciate you boys doing this with me.
Is it off now?
Thanks for having us.
Yeah.
I'm about to set it off. I'm gonna deafen and do the little outro part.
Sounds good.
I'll be back in a few, and by then it'll be off, so no worries. All right. There it is. We got it. That's the end of our first mock draft as a group. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I know this was a switch of pace for what we usually do. I'm not at the usual area. I'm back in my own house doing this. Let me know what you guys thought about it. I had fun doing it. I don't know if this is something anybody else is interested in going forward or not doing. But, I appreciate y'all watching. I appreciate y'all watching. Have a great rest of your week, and we'll be back next week with K-Dog and myself and the normal video setup. Peace.